Really. And check, 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 mic check, mic check, and check, 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 mic 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 check. Okay. All right. Check, 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 mic. Mic check, mic check. All right. Doing good on the mic checking. Hey, let's see. All right. This over there. Alrighty. Alright. Let's mic check. Let's mic check. Let's mic check. Let's mic check. All right. Hello and welcome to Shan the Baby Terror. If you have just came upon my video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And please check out my videos from finish to start. So what I'm doing today is I'm going on the case that I'm obsessing about, which is the Nancy Guthrie case. Okay. And the reading I want to do particularly, I'm going to try to do readings particularly on one subject and then move on and do another video on another one instead of taking all these hours of videos. I think I'll kind of try to chop it up like that. So what we're going to be talking about today is the sheriff, okay, that is in charge of the Nancy Guthrie case. There have been rumors going around about him, a lot of different things. I think I'm gonna do a next video on like trying to clear up some of the weird rumors that's going around about exactly what is this about. But for now, just kind of do a character reading on Sheriff. What's his name? Chris Nanos or Nanos, however you pronounce that. I'm not the best person at pronouncing folks' name. All right, so we're just going to do a general kind of read and see what we can get, not on him as a person, because I feel like he is apparently weird, a weird person, but just because you're weird don't mean that you're doing anything weird when it goes to the case. I think personally, per my opinion, he's a little bit odd, and I don't know what the oddity of him is, but we want to just keep it in perspective of what exactly he has going on with this case. Can we see what he thinks about this case? What is he doing? I mean, personally, I think that he bundled it and fundled it in the beginning, but it is not for my opinion to be here. It is for the cards to speak and for me to interpret what general spirit and the general spirit world is saying. So we're going to get to him. And then the next video I'll do is about the FBI. What is their, just generally, how are they handling it? Are they handling it properly? And a lot of different things. But the last video that I'll probably do today will be trying to clear up some of the rumors that's going around. And there's a whole lot of rumors that's going around with this Nancy Guthrie case. But for right now, we're going to stick on Sheriff and only what it has to do with him in this case, because again, generally he's a weird guy. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Let's say right there, and let's see what we got. Josiah, can you close that door?
What else do you need?
That's it.
Okay. Oh.
All righty. So we here. Let's do a general read, Spirit. What can you tell us about the sheriff as it pertains to this case? Such as, was he did he fondle this case? What does he think about his case? How is he coordinating with the FBI? Anything that you could tell me, regardless to Chris Nanos. Sorry about that. I say irregardless all the time. It's not a real word. All right, let's see. Sheriff. 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 See what we can see. Right off in the reading, we got a few cards such as Fox, and we got some cards such as Secrets. Okay, so we'll have to examine exactly what those things are that are those secrets. All right, let's see. Beginning. I have a fox, a heart, and a child. Okay, and you can't probably see because I don't have the best camera angle, nor the best camera that you probably couldn't see anyway, but I would go ahead and do the reading nonetheless. When I have a fox, a heart, and a child, it feels like at the beginning of the investigation, something was done improperly. And what he is trying to do is to cover up the improper, and all of this information is allegedly, okay? And all this information is for entertainment purposes only. This is just one of your, good old psychic country girls, don't know much, just using some paper to articulate what I feel is going on. All right. So at the beginning of the just as I thought, at the beginning of this investigation, he did things awfully off the wall and not the way in which it should have been. I feel like he was doing such a bad job that the FBI came in and cut him off in the middle of the reading his scythe. This is an end of a cycle, manifest, warning, imminent, defeat, conflict, problems, closing old situations to new. So I think when the FBI came in, and we'll have to get on the FBI later, but they're not the sharpest tools in the box anymore as well because they have been gutted out. But nonetheless, let's move on from that. They came in and they cut him off. We've got a site, and then it's clover, like luck starting, things going as you want it, here for a good time, but not a long time, and the crossroad. So he knew that at a particular point, this case was so captivating. A famous, people that are famous have to do with this, and money and power, and this, the whole theme of this. He knew at one point that he was going to have to get his case over. He was coming to the crossroad and he was going to be taken off of it. But I feel like he wants to cover his ASS before he gave it over to the FBI. He wanted to maybe act like he did some things that he did not do, or he did them properly when he did not do them properly. I feel like this investigation with the sheriff, Chris Nanos, was done improperly, done half-heartedly, and done in a manner of Mayberry. If you have ever looked at, I forgot the name of the show, but Andy Griffin, Mayberry show. It was a small community where the cops, didn't have a lot going on. I know that this is not like a very, very small city like I come from, but they remind me, and Sheriff Nanos puts me in the mind of Mayberry cops for some reason, even though I know that this is a large city, they out in the desert, but still, this is what he was doing. He was not doing something secret. He also, at the bottom, we have ring, book, and letter. Some type of secret communication here, and a commitment to someone about some type of information. I feel like in the beginning there was a communication. There was some type of letter or some type of thing that came through, and he did not reveal that. Okay. And he had to later on reveal it because he could only do so much covering up of the befuddlement of what he's done to this case. We got Fox, the Clover, the Ring. I think in the past, if they've investigated stuff, it's just been a luck of a draw that they haven't messed it up. It's not because they are so competent. There are some people that is competent in his team and Sheriff Chris Nanos, but my opinion, in a spiritual opinion, just allegedly, he seems to not be as competent. Okay, a competent sheriff, and he has done incompetent things in the past, and just so luck, he has had other people team that knew what they were doing in the past. All right. So now we're coming to the current. We got a heart, a scythe, and a book. The heart is the end of the crisis, the calm face, emotional satisfaction. He feels like no one will know how incompetent he was if he just handed it off to them and left things. There is allegedly, I feel, according to this reading, there are things that he has left out of when he's transferred it over to the FBI. And I don't think that it has anything to do with him being involved in the this encounter of Nancy. It is just he is so incompetent, and he does not want others to see, because I feel like he is on, if he can get reelected or if he can remain in office or remain in power, even though there are these deficiencies in himself and deficiencies in certain parts of his team. There are very competent people, but he does not, according to me, need to be the leader of this government, nor was he needing to be the person this this encounter with Nancy missing activity. Um let's see. We got the future, we got El Nino, which is the child, we got the crossroad, and we got a letter. Someone may complain about the job that he did and look back on it when things have been somewhat resolved, that Nancy has been found in whatever state that they find her in. There will be somebody complaining that how this investigation was ran, okay, how they were being communicated to. Some people probably should have been investigated a little more strongly. But I think Mr. Chris Nanos was playing nice or playing something, just like, I'm not going to go too tough when I need to just follow whatever the evidence says, okay? Not what I think, okay? Let's see. Let's see what else. He was cooperating because on the corners I got Fox, and Child, Letter, and Ring. He was cooperating with someone and saying too much and giving too much information, even if it's the family members or anybody like that. It's some information that you probably should hold close to the vest until it's time to find somebody that has done this, that has taken this missing person or has done, an unaliving, and it's time for the courts to bring in a charge. He was talking too much to different people. I really don't feel like it was the family. I think it was people outside the family, people in the local government. He was kind of telling them issues and things about the case because this was, he knew that this was going to be a big case, and they took it on and didn't call in the proper authorities when needed. Some evidence was lost, some opportunities were lost. So the incompetence of his investigation really messed up the timeline. Okay. And this is allegedly and according to me, and he does not want this to be seen. Okay. This is a card I got off the bottom of the deck, which is Sun. All right. He's trying to stay in office. That's all I can see. Bear, remain in control. Key, This is for new possibilities, occasion leading to success, obstacles. He probably feel if he had enough, if he was acting competently, like he could go towards, there is a higher position that he would like to go, and he would like to anchor himself to a position, some stronger position here, because we got the tree, strong prevalence, bringing balance, health, spirituality. May my roots ground me, something he can really put the rest of his career into. So he does have some, I don't know, he may say he's retiring or wanting to retiring, I don't know, but this man seems to have more political aspects than just being that sheriff. Okay, so he was incompetent, he don't want anyone to know, but I don't feel like he had anything to do with it. But that'll be for the last reading that I do, to try to clear up some of these supposed myths surrounding. Let's go ahead and put some more stuff on this. We got the journey, we got the work occupation, we got good outcome. Okay, that's what he was hoping for. Beginning. At the beginning, now one thing I can say about the Sheriff Nanos, okay, he does care for the mission that he is doing when it comes to Nancy Guthrie, and so he definitely was thinking in the beginning that this was just going to be a situation where she's missing for a little bit and then she'll come back. And that is the way that he handled this case, as a missing case, instead of handling it as some case in which somebody can be unalived, where you can properly take what you call it, like forensic things. You know what I'm saying? He should have had better forethought. Okay, I'm not a professional, I'm not a sheriff, I'm not expected to, think as a sheriff would think, but he's a sheriff and he's been that for some years here. So he should have had a better intuitive energy about the missing case, knowing that at any time it can turn into another type of case in which you will need certain forensics, certain things that you have there at your disposal may run out of time if you're not quick enough to do this or quick enough to do that. Information may disappear. Electronic information may disappear, and this will cause the case to elongate for much more than it was. When you are over your head, this is this reading, you over your head, call in the feds, okay? Just, it doesn't matter. Even if they run by, bring them in, okay? Because I'm gonna get off that subject. But anyhow, even if that is the case, and you got the feds and they replaced them with people that worked at McDonald's, and they still got the same access to tools, and hopefully that's the case. All right, so let's see. Journey, we got great fortune here. Fortune. Yeah, he's definitely was wanting to be a main character that solved it and brought it home, and he would be held in high honor. He really thought that this was a simple missing case, which was very unfortunate for investigation, because he initially jumped on it in that, and he got tunnel vision, like he'd be the one to bring Nancy home, she'd be home in one day, and they regard him in high honor. He'd be the main character, he'd get a greater fortune, wishes coming true, good luck, happiness, wealth, blessing, abundance, new job, and work opportunities. So that's definitely where he was at. Let's see. He also thought he pigeonholed himself into thinking, we got a theft card, dishonest person, and prison. He honestly thought Nancy would be back, within a day. That this was just like a simple thievery case. That this false that came to her door, and then that he second card. So he generally is generally wanted to solve this case, wanted to or whatever. Um, but he also has other aspirations. So he kind of folding them into that. All right. Because what he thought it would be a shorter process. Okay. So this is why he's acting so weird. And opinion, he is just a weird person. And it's kind of hard to separate that weirdness of guy with the job. Okay. But we just want to focus on his job because this is having to do with the case, the quality of work that you do. I definitely think that there was some more communication that he did not say. I don't know if he told it later on to the FBI, but there was a communication of some sort before the FBI took over. All right. He thought that he was competent and capable to handle this, but he was not. Okay, let's see. Now, what we got at the bottom: main character, rich girl, sorrow and unpleasantry. I think this is him looking at what is her name? Savannah, the rich girl. And she's the main character when she's in these videos. And this is bringing on a lot of sorrow and unpleasantness. And he's just hoping that if he hurried up and gave it to the FBI, because he felt then that someone had to convene with him a meeting. Someone had to bring this to his forethought, okay, in the front, because he was all about just the missing. And they had to convene a meeting. It's time to pass this on. It's time to cough this out. So I think that the FBI had a meeting with him and presented the evidence, that they had thus so far seen, and he didn't give it to them, done their analysis of it, and it said, even though you don't tell the family that this could be a fatality. All right. And we need you to hand everything over because eventually this may turn into some other type of case. And we need to know what exactly you were doing from the time she was missing to the time of now of us taking it over. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave it here after that. Marriage. Only thoughts. Gloomy thoughts, his thoughts in a marriage. I feel like first looking at it on the bright side, but then he started having some gloomy thoughts. This is the sheriff's thoughts, his thoughts about a marriage or a marriage couple, about a union. He started having gloomy thoughts about it, and he didn't know where to go. He was really now leaning into his instinct, not just the instinct of, well, maybe she'll come back. No, he's in the instinct of, I should have put a second thought on a married couple or somebody marriage. Okay, so let's see, can we hunt that dog out of that marriage? Let's hunt this dog. Marriage. Sad news about a marriage and some court officials. He was concerned about some married people who was getting sad news and had something to do with some court officials, lawyers, judge disagreement, ambivalence. Rich gentleman, young good lord, and court and house. Now I feel like he was going back and regretting not doing his job in a harder way, trying to get to the truth and not to provide such niceties, but to also get to what is going on. He learned something new about a rich gentleman or a gentleman that had some money, some sad news, and they were married and they were going through some kind of legal problems, and it has something to do with a house. So now he feel he should have been more intuitive, and he should have cast a wider net at the beginning, but that is quarterback Sunday, whatever they call it, quarterback Monday quarterbacking. There you go. So because you had your games on Sunday, I'm not a sports person. Have your games on Sunday, and then Monday you see what you could have or would have or should have done. So his weirdness is, according to me, sharing the baby terror for entertainment purpose only, and allegedly he's just weird because he didn't do his job properly, and he don't want that exposed because he thought that this was going to be him an opportunity to do something else politically. All right. So that has been my read on the Sherriff in the Nancy Guthrie case. Everybody's been saying a little bit this about him, a little bit that. I've been hearing it. So the third video I'll do, I'm gonna go ahead and try to clear up anything and see if it's any shape to those rumors or not. All right. So this has been Sharing the Baby Terror. If you liked it, go on ahead and hit a like, hit a share. All right. All right. And please go to my page and watch some videos. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.